Welcome to the Origin Summer Preview with the Dice Tower. In this series, we look at recently released and upcoming games for summer 2014. And now, recorded live at Origins 2014. Here's your host, Eric Summerer.
Welcome back to the Origins Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer here with Keith Bloom from Queen Games, and we're looking at a brand new Donal X Vaccarino game called Greed.
We are indeed.
Tell us about
Absolutely.
it.
So Greed is a game where you take the role of a 60s underworld boss, and you're basically building your empire. It's a card drafting game. At the beginning of the game, players have no money or development markers, which is what these are, the dollar signs, and you're dealt a hand 12 cards, and it's a card drafting mechanic, so you're taking one card from your pile and passing that over the course of the game. Game takes place in 12 rounds. There are 3 types of cards in the game. There are action cards, location or holding cards, and the thug cards, which are your personnel, probably a given. So what happens is you've got your hand of 12. Without any money to start with, you want to look at what you can play to the board without spending money or things you don't have. So I'd be looking at something like this. The thugs give you different abilities. The holdings generate either development markers or some other resources you're going to use. The actions usually involve you do something to another player. It may also be some benefit for you as well. So as you start your deck out, you're kind of building up these different resources. On occasion, they'll get exhausted. You have, I think we have Suicide Mission out here, so that costs you a fair amount of money, but resources, but you actually gain 25,000 there. So the cost here is telling you that, so you would lose a thug, right? This is the icon for the thug card. All the cards also have numbers on them in the lower right, so as you play a card, everybody's going to have a card out in front of them, and you would look at the lowest one, and that's how you determine the order of execution. Which might be a good word for this game.
Order of execution.
Yeah, there you go. That's about it in a nutshell. The game plays over 12 rounds. You were dealt 12 cards to start with, so you're going to have an idea after you've seen all the decks in play. You kind of have an idea of what's out there, which I like about this game. You're not going to be using the whole deck, so it's going to play different each time you go through. But I like the idea that you kind of recognize, like, somebody might be grabbing this card, especially if the deck comes back around, you're like, that card isn't there anymore. So I think that's got a nice interaction factor to it. So concept's pretty straightforward. The theme's a little bit different for us, a little bit more adult. And the artwork was something that when I first saw it, I was kind of lukewarm to it, actually, but as I was working with it, looking at the rules and the interaction and whatnot, the artwork really kind of grew on me, so I feel like it kind of fits with the theme.
It's very stylized.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So that's Greed pretty much.
This is the production version.
This is a production copy.
Seeing it for sale here, it will be out very soon.
That's right. We the games we're looking at today have all arrived into the U.S. And all 3 of them were Kickstarted. So those are going out to all the backers first. We just wanted to have production copies here for some of the demos that are being played. So there are like 3 or 4 copies here. So yes, these will be available through retail, and I expect 3 to 4 weeks.
Excellent. Greed. Thank you very much, Keith.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you join us for the rest of our summer preview videos. We'd like to thank Gamma and Origins for making these videos possible. And we hope that all of you have fun gaming. See you next time.